Hello everyone, I'm Donna Presley and I'd like to welcome you to the Donna Presley official YouTube channel. Today it's another day for question and answers. You ask the questions, I'll give the answers. So let's get started, shall we? Question number 1 is from Betsy. I know you said your mother Nash grew up with Elvis. Are there any funny stories that she told when he was little? Thinking about how funny he was when he grew up. Thanks for all you do to uplift our Elvis. Well, thank you so much, Betsy. I appreciate your compliments, and it's definitely a calling on my life is to care for my family and talk about Elvis and the whole family, and let you know just how wonderful they really were. Okay, yeah, I do have some funny stories. One in particular, Elvis was just a little boy. My mom was 9 years older than he was, and so back in the South and back in Tupelo where they lived, houses were kind of built on stilts for like flooding and that sort of thing, and so the kids could play underneath the houses. Well, Elvis and Mom and one of their little friends were playing under the house one day, and they were making mud pies. Aunt Gladys came out on the porch and she said, "Elvis, it's time for your lunch, honey." And he said, "I already ate." And she said, "Oh, did Grandma give you something to eat?" He said, "No, ma'am. Aunt Nash made mud pies and I ate one of those." And he still had mud on his little mouth. Well, my mom got in a lot of trouble for that one, so she never did that again. But yeah, I thought that was a really, really funny and cute little story. So that's just one of the stories. Thank you. Okay, number 2. Jeff, dear Donna, I was wondering at what time period did the nickname the Memphis Flash come about? Was it right after That's All Right Mama was released? Yes, Jeff, it was. Actually, when Dewey Phillips started playing that song after Elvis recorded it, he nicknamed him the Memphis Flash and Hillbilly Cat. So he had a couple of nicknames because of his flash and his flair and his energy and everything on stage and what he gave to the audiences everywhere. So that's where it came from. Thanks, Jeff. Number 3. Donna, was Elvis really as lonely as they say? Love your channel. Thank you, Cheryl Ann. I appreciate that. Well, Elvis had lonely times. We all have. I mean, that goes without saying. Everybody that's human has, times in their lives that they're lonely and they're hurt over things. And I guess it was especially so for Elvis in the aspect that he told me one day that he said, I never know if someone's my friend or who I'm dating is with me because I'm Elvis or because I'm Elvis Presley. So that was a little bit constraining for him and a little bit harder because you just never know for sure. But that's why he loved to keep family close and the people that he had grown up around when he was, younger and in high school and stuff, because he knew that, we loved him, whether he's Elvis or Elvis Presley. But thank you. But, he did have lonely times just like we all do. Thank you, Cheryl Ann. Okay. This is from Pat. Hello, Donna. Love you for keeping Elvis's memory alive. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Love you guys too. I have a couple of questions. Do you think Gladys would have approved of Priscilla? And did she really love Elvis for the money and the fame? I think that Aunt Gladys would have been, we all know how much she loved Elvis and how protective she was of him. And I think that any woman that he dated or had any kind of long relationship with, she, would have definitely given him advice about. Do I think he would have made some of the choices that he made had she still been alive? Probably not. I don't think so. But, it's... unfortunately, she wasn't around, and sometimes men don't always take advice from fathers and other people like they would their mother if she was still there. But thank you so much. Okay, the next one is, hi, Donna. This is from Jane. Hi, Donna. How did Elvis feel when Priscilla put a lien on Graceland? I can imagine. Just like to hear your thoughts. Thank you. Well, he wasn't happy. Sure of that. That's just that was something I'm sure he felt was totally unnecessary, and I'm quite sure he was very upset about it. And Uncle Vernon would have been too. This was something that should not have happened, but he took it in stride like he did everything else, and he knew he would and could take care of it, and so he did. But yeah, he was upset. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, this is from Chris. Priscilla wants to be buried at Graceland. She also wants to spend her last days living at Graceland. That would be up to Riley, but not all Elvis fans are Priscilla fans. Would the family support Elvis's ex-wife's desire to live at Graceland? And what do you think of this? And where would she live? Well, that's a good question. I have no idea where she would live if she wanted to spend her last days at Graceland. I can't imagine that. I mean, she's lived in California her whole life, basically, except for the short time she was here. So I find that very interesting. However, that will be up to Riley. I'm sure that, Elvis didn't leave her anything in the will, and he didn't expect that something like that would happen. So I find it strange that she would want to live at Graceland or be buried at Graceland, really and truly, because she never really was, that fond of being in Memphis. But and she was with Elvis for, married to him for 5 years. And also she lived with Marco Garibaldi, from what I understand, for 20 years and had a son with him. So I'm a little confused by that, but that will be up to Riley. Unfortunately, Elvis's voice has been silenced for many years now. So I don't know what will happen with that, but thank you for asking. Okay, the next one is from Melissa. Thanks for sharing with us, Donna. One question. Priscilla had a lien in 1977. Did that have any influence over Vernon in making her a trustee? The lien wasn't released for a few years after Graceland opened up as a museum. Uncle Vernon made Priscilla a trustee for one reason and one reason only, and that is to protect Lisa's rights. He felt as her mother that she should, and he expected her to take care of Lisa and her inheritance. So that was the one and only reason he made Priscilla trustee. It was supposedly for just until Lisa Marie was old enough to take the reins herself. It was not to be a lifelong commitment. It was just merely to be there until Lisa could take control herself. So there you go. Thank you. Okay, let's see, one more. Thank you for sharing, Donna. People often ask why Elvis was not buried right next to his mother, but I understand this is a Southern thing and that the wife is always buried to the left side of her husband. Am I right in thinking this, please? Yes, that is my understanding, that the husband and wife are buried side by side. So it was Grandma, Elvis, Uncle Vernon, and then Aunt Gladys, but there's also a place there for Jesse Guerin. So I would say that's probably the reason right there. Okay? Okay, let's see here. The next one. Hi, Donna. I would have loved if Elvis had come to the UK for concerts. Did he ever think of coming to do concerts here and around the world? Yes, Deborah, he really did. As a matter of fact, right before his death, he was fixing to go out on tour, but he had already set up plans for people to go scouting out venues in Europe, because he definitely wanted to come to the UK. He wanted to come to Europe. He wanted to get to know his European fans, and all around the world he actually wanted to travel and meet everyone, because the fans were so important to Elvis, as they are to me. He loved you as I do. And he wanted to have that energy with you and to get to know you and for you to get to know him on a more personal level. So yes, he absolutely would have come to the UK and other places around the world. There's no doubt about it. Thank you for your question. Okay. Vicky. The other part of this is, why wasn't Vernon as absolute and steadfast in protecting Elvis from Parker and interceding on his behalf? Can you provide any clarity? Thank you. Well, Vicki, I can tell you this. Elvis was a grown man, and he made his own decisions, even although Uncle Vernon advised him on all matters. Sometimes he agreed with Uncle Vernon, and sometimes he didn't. But when it came right down to it, it was Elvis's, ultimately his decision. And, he had made a commitment with the Colonel, and they had, worked together for a long time and had done very, very well for each other. I do think that, and I was told, and from everyone that I've talked to in the family and everything, Elvis was planning on making some new directions in his professional and his personal life. So it's very possible that, Uncle Vernon had actually convinced him that maybe he should, try someone else. But yeah, it was definitely in plans, I think, to make some changes. So thank you. I hope that answered your question. Okay. This is from Mary. I really appreciate that you have steadfastly remained loyal to Elvis and family. You also address Elvis's fans with respect, which is rare these days. You are the singular, most credible source and trustworthy arbiter of all things Elvis. Well, thank you. That really touches my heart, Mary. Thank you so much. I try so very hard to represent my God, my family, and myself to the best of my ability, and I will always steadfastly protect Elvis and the family from anyone and anything that I feel like is trying to harm them in any way. So thank you very much. Here's a request. It's universally agreed that Elvis was much more handsome in person than in pictures and film. Could you pick some pictures, stills that you judge to be the closest in representing his in-person beauty? Oh, wow. That is a tough one there, because he was the most handsome, perfect human being that God ever put together. He was like a Greek god. Everything about him was strikingly handsome. Pictures did not do him justice. I think one of them, to me, would be when he was in Las Vegas in '69, and he was walking through the hallway, and there's that picture of him, and I mean, it's just devastatingly gorgeous. But yeah, I mean, literally when he walked in the room, he had such a great presence and such a phenomenal look that you couldn't take your eyes off of him. None of us could, because he was just so perfect. So I just imagine growing up with that and not getting a complex. Thank you for your question. He was perfection. I can answer it that way. How's that? Okay. This is from Temps. Hello, madam. Are cousins prohibited from access to Graceland? If we buy a ticket, we can go. Hope that answers your questions. Thank you for the question. But if we buy a ticket, then yeah, we can go. Thank you. Okay, next question. If Elvis loved this place so much, why did he sell it, the Circle G? Well, wireless, which is what the name of it is on here. Elvis had many homes, and his time constraints got shorter and shorter. It seems like he was working quite a bit and traveling quite a bit, so it got to be a little bit harder to keep up all these homes. To go to all these homes. As much as he loved the Circle G, he brought the family and horses and things like that up to Graceland, and he just spent as much time as he could there. But that's why. Okay? Thank you. Okay. This is from Aviation. All right. Hi, Donna. Thank God for you. Oh, thank you so much. I thank God for each and every one of you, too. Believe me. I have been listening to your channel for a while, and your honesty is so refreshing. Are you planning to reach out to Riley? Thank you again. Actually, I have reached out to Riley. I sent a letter to her dad in hopes that, perhaps she would reach out. She has not as yet, and that's okay. And if she doesn't, that's okay too. And I probably will reach out to her again at some point. I don't want her to think for any reason that I want anything from her, because I don't. I'm just like, because I never did reach out to Lisa Marie, and I wish so much, especially after reading her book and how heartbroken that she was, and how unloved and lonely she was. I wish I had, and that's on me because I didn't. But I have reached out, and I'm sure I will reach out again, and hope that that can work out, because I would just love to meet her and Harper and Finley, and get to know them, and let them know that there is a family out there that that her dad grew up with and around, and we loved him and he loved us, and the values and so forth that we grew up with. I think it would be very helpful to them and to us to get to know each other, as I know it would have helped Lisa to know that there was family out there who loved her and that grew up with the same values and so forth that her dad did. So I will reach out again, but thank you so much. I have done it once. I will try again. Thank you.
Donna looks forward to connecting with you again really soon. Bye for now.